This is an ulcer.
And I'm going to show you the 5 things people try to make one go away. If you're blaming
Spicy food or stress for your ulcer, stop. Stress can't make a hole like this in your body.
it's actually your... By the end of this video, you'll learn how to read your mouth and your reports in 5 simple steps, so you know exactly what to do to stop your next mouth ulcer. My name is Harsh and I'm an entrepreneur and scientific educator. I make invisible food problems visible. We go through foods, conditions and habits and show you exactly how each one affects your digestion.
This video is on mouth ulcers.
Your mouth has 2 major sections.
The hard part, like the roof of your mouth. The soft part, like your inner lip and cheek. 2 to 5% of Indians get ulcers here 3 or more times a year.
A mouth ulcer will last on average 7 to 10 days, becoming more sore in the middle period before it improves.
And this happens in stages.
Stage 1. A patch of your mouth starts burning. Stage 2. The patch gets a yellow floor and a red ring. This is where you might feel pain eating or smiling. Stage 3. The pain subsides but the ulcer is still there. Stage 4. The opening closes up.
If the patient has severe canker sores, they may get them every month, and they're dealing with this as a chronic problem that can be very painful.
Most ulcers are small, under 1 centimeter, and heal quickly. The bigger ones can take a little longer.
Remember, the layer inside your mouth is amongst the fastest healing tissues in your body.
So, can mouth ulcer gels or natural home remedies make this healing even faster? If you have a gel, turn the tube around. You'll likely see the same 3 ingredients. 1 ingredient to bring down swelling and pain, 1 ingredient to block the pain nerve signal, 1 ingredient to keep the open crater clean.
Make sure no infection can spread. So read those 3 again.
Pain, swelling, cleanliness. Not one of them is healing.
And that's why people usually reach for 5 other things instead. I'm going to go through each one by one.
Number 1. Mulethi or licorice. Take a paste and stick it on the ulcer 4 times a day. The patch grips wet tissue and stays there. Under it, the redness settles. The edges pull in. This can make the ulcer smaller. And a human trial actually confirmed that. Number 2. Haldi or turmeric. When turmeric was used the same way as a patch on the ulcer, it failed to show much difference on size, pain or healing.
This surprises many people because they usually apply haldi on their leg and it works so well, they expect, let me apply this in my mouth and it might work just as well. But the science says otherwise.
Number 3. Ghee. Ghee sits on top and stops food touching the nerve for a few minutes. It works as a lid, not a treatment.
And you have to do this very frequently because saliva can wash it away. And if the lid is gone, the pain returns. But it's still useful, especially if you're in stage 2 and you're facing a lot of pain.
Number 4. Coconut oil. Many people try holding coconut oil in their mouth and swishing it around. It's called oil pulling and seems to help oral health and bring inflammation down.
Unfortunately, this hasn't been tested for mouth ulcers. So while the mechanism might look interesting, this may or may not work on you. It depends entirely on your condition.
Number 5. Honey. If you put honey on a mouth ulcer, it can reduce size, redness and pain. And some studies show almost as effectively as a steroid. Slowly in tiny amounts. The bacteria sitting in the open crater die. Then it pulls fluid out of the swollen rim. The swelling comes down. That's incredibly powerful.
Remember, this wasn't eaten or mixed in water.
It was applied directly on the ulcer 4 to 5 times a day to show the effect.
That's how long it took to show the effect. But keep in mind, all of these 5, you do this after you get an ulcer, maybe to stop the pain or make the healing a little bit faster. But what if you wanted to stop your next one from happening?
I'm going to walk you through a 5-step guide for this. Do them in order and stop when one of them is yours. Do you keep getting an ulcer in or near the same spot? Then check whether something is touching that spot. A sharp edge on a tooth, a bracket, a denture, a hard toothbrush. If you find it, visit a dentist. They can smoothen that for you.
If you wake up with them in the morning, you may actually be chewing the inside of your cheek at night without even knowing it.
A simple mouth guard might prevent it from happening again. If it's a different place every time, then keep going.
Step 2. If it's a different place each time, it means nothing is rubbing it, but something is setting it off. And usually it's one of 2 things. The first is food. Here are the most common culprits. Out of these, milk is the most reported one. There are 3 more that are used alongside food. This is a preservative used in every cold drink. This is cinnamon flavoring and this is coloring. Nobody suspects these because nobody thinks of any of these as something that they've consumed. It's usually hidden alongside your actual meals. To test, cut one thing for 2 to 3 weeks. If it stops, it means you've probably found your problem. And if it doesn't, you can reintroduce that food back and then cut the next thing. Look, it's a process of elimination. It's the only way you'll know what's working for your body and what's not. And no report can give you this answer or give you a shortcut to this answer. The second trigger is your pattern. If you're a female, do you get ulcers in your time of the month? That means it may be hormonal. Do they land on your highest stress weeks? Stress can make you chew the inside of your cheek all day without even noticing. The simplest way to do this is you map out all the days on which you get ulcers and then see, are you finding some sort of trigger, some sort of pattern? Step 3, remember, if your ulcers have a start date, meaning you know when it started from, it could be a side effect from medicine you've started having at the same time. Painkillers, arthritis medicines, psoriasis medicines, and some heart medicines are the most common ones that can trigger mouth ulcers. If that's you, talk to a doctor who prescribed it. It's often dose related, so sometimes lowering the dose may actually give you the answer you need. But again, talk to your doctor. Some of them may even change the type of medicine and you might get a better result. Interestingly, if you've been on acidity tablets for a very long period of time, even you can be at high risk for mouth ulcers. But the reason, it's not intuitive. It's something you'll understand properly in step 5. If you still haven't found the answer, pause this video and go get your blood report. Open it and look for B12. Low B12 nearly triples your risk of mouth ulcers. Then look at iron and hemoglobin. If it's these two, then you know it's a nutrition problem. By the way, you can look at one more number in your report, MCV. You'll find it in the complete blood count section of your blood report. This measures the size of your red blood cells. High means swollen, means B12 is low. Low means shrunken, means iron may be low. And any of these numbers look off, here's what the evidence says. For mouth ulcers caused by B12 deficiencies, 1000 micrograms of sublingual B12 supplement, meaning placed under the tongue every night for 5 months. That's the trial that actually worked. It took 4 months, not a couple of weeks or a couple of days. And the results came, and the benefits were seen in month 5. So don't expect some fast results just by starting B12 supplementation. And if the problem is iron or low iron, don't self-medicate. Talk to a doctor. Iron tablets come with a whole range of problems of that. This brings us to the last step, step 5.
Maybe the problem is not in your mouth, it's in your gut. Something is affecting your absorption. It could be an infection like H. pylori. It could be food like gluten. It could be seemingly harmless medicine like acidity tablets, which reduce digestive power over time. That means no matter how well you eat or expensive tablets you take, the problem doesn't go away because it does not reach the mouth in the first place. If this is you, start by working on your gut and see how much difference it actually makes.